YouTube. I'm back for more of our Origins Bonanza Explosion Blowout coverage, and I am excited because we are about to talk about Passport Game Studios' upcoming game, Skyward, coming out later this year, and we have Ryan here.
Hello again.
To tell us all about it. So what is Skyward?
Skyward is an all-new game with our new publishing partner, Rule and Make. They're based out of Australia. This was a game that they kickstarted last year in 2016. Wildly successful. It was really, really great, and we are the lucky folks who are going to get to bring it to retail at the tail end of the year here. So we're releasing it at Gen Con, and it'll be hitting retail a couple weeks after that. It's a $25 card game. It features an I-cut-you-choose method of drafting cards into a kind of tableau build where you're trying to build up combos and synergies with your cards and so forth and so on. So the idea here is that we're kind of in this utopian future where these four factions of humanity have decided to put aside their differences, come together, and build this glorious new city, the first ever airborne city called Skyward. So you're going to be taking turns collecting resources from these four factions and using those resources to launch buildings into the sky, which is represented in your tableau. So the way this is going to go is you have this deck of cards, you have a little player board or a main board here for the deck. We're going crazy in the air here. All right. You have some cogs, which are extra resources people can earn, and you have a token, which represents who the warden is going to be each round. The warden is going to, at the start of each round, deal out a number of cards to the table equal to 4 times the number of players. So in a 3-player game, I would deal out, of course, 12 cards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so I'd lay out all these cards onto the table here. And you can see here, we have a variety of cards, and in fact, I even have some of the expansion content mixed in, which the copies include free little expansion pack with some extra optional cards, which are those guys there. But that said, the warden is now going to split these up into a number of piles equal to the player count. So if it was a 3-player game, I would have to make 3 piles, including any number of cards each from this selection. So if I wanted to do something like this, I might take these because they're of one faction, so that's really valuable. They give resources of their faction's type, which can be used to build buildings of their faction's type. So I, split everything up, and I'm just going to do this really haphazardly here, just for exemplification's sake. Let's do this and that, and I'm going to put the expansion cards together and make this pile over here. And then finally, once I've split up all the cards, I choose one of the piles to also receive the warden token. And so say I put the warden token right here. Once the warden is done with this splitting, then the players take turns collecting piles. And because I chose the split, I get last pick of the piles. So clockwise around the table, the person to my left picks one of these. They can take any pile they want, they add all the cards to their hand, and if they take the warden token, they also get a cog, which as I mentioned can be used as extra resources. Once everyone has taken a pile into their hand, then there's a round of card play in which you can launch a building into your tableau, into what's called your airspace. And so again, I can look at my cards that generate resources, and I can look at my buildings. This building, the temple, requires 2 pink resources and 1 wild resource of any kind. So I would look and see what I have, and I didn't get any pink resources in this pile. Maybe this wasn't the best pile to pick. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a bad warden. That's also possible. Whatever the case, you either launch a building, or if you're unable to, then you just pass, and you keep going around the table, doing that until everyone has had a chance to launch a building. After that, we go to the next split phase. Whoever the new warden is going to deal out new cards, split up the cards, take turns doing that, and you keep going until someone has launched their 6th building, at which point you end the round and see who the winner is.
One quick question.
Absolutely.
So the resources, are those the kind of thing that you spend them and they're gone, or do they continually produce them?
Yeah, when you spend the resources, if I were to spend these 3 blue resources, for example, they go to the discard pile, and then you would launch your stuff in your little play space here. So.
All right, very, very cool. Coming out at Gen Con later this year, that is Skyward from Passport Game Studio. If it looks like it might be your cup of tea, be sure to check that one out. And as always, if you're enjoying this Origins coverage, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. Thanks for your time, YouTube.